The murder of Stringbean, a country legend lost a murder that changed country music. Nashville. November 10, 1973. The air is crisp, the Tennessee night settling over a small cabin nestled in the hills. Inside, a man unwinds after a performance, his heart still beating to the rhythm of the Grand Ole Opry. He has made millions laugh. But tonight, the laughter dies. Stringbean Akeman, banjo player, comedian, country music pioneer, a man who lived by simple means. Despite his success, a man who distrusted banks, preferring to keep his wealth hidden in the walls of his home. And that secret may have cost him his life. What happened inside that quiet cabin would shatter the innocence of country music forever. The man before the murder, who was Stringbean? Before the crime, before the tragedy, there was the man. Born David Akeman in 1915, Stringbean grew up in rural Kentucky, a child of the Great Depression. He was tall and lean, earning the nickname that would follow him to the stage. But don't let the simple appearance fool you. His impact on country music was monumental. A bluegrass pioneer, the first banjo player in Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys, shaping the foundation of bluegrass music. A Grand Ole Opry star, his humor, oversized shirt, and high-water jeans made him one of the Opry's most beloved acts. A simple man with deep roots, while others embraced wealth, Stringbean lived modestly, hunting, fishing, and driving a well-worn Cadillac. But he had one peculiar habit: he didn't trust banks. Having lived through the Great Depression, he had seen banks fail and fortunes vanish overnight. So, he stashed cash in his cabin. Rumors spread, Stringbean had thousands hidden in his home. A rumor so persistent, it became deadly. The crime, a grisly scene. November 11, 1973 dawn. Grand Ole Opry star Grandpa Jones pulls up to Stringbean's cabin. They had plans for a morning hunting trip. But something is off. No smoke from the chimney. No movement inside. Then, he sees it. Lying face down in the frost-covered grass is Estelle Akeman, Stringbean's wife. Shot in the back as she ran for her life. Grandpa Jones rushes to the house, his heart pounding. The door is ajar. Inside, in front of the cold fireplace, is Stringbean himself, murdered, execution style. His banjo case untouched on the porch. His home ransacked. The motive? Robbery. The problem? The killers didn't find what they were looking for. The killers, a twisted family betrayal. Who would kill a man so beloved? The answer was closer than anyone expected. Police quickly discovered the house had been torn apart. The intruders had searched frantically for money, overturning furniture and ripping through walls. But then, the evidence pointed to two men, John and Doug Brown, cousins of Stringbean's neighbor, career criminals, desperate for cash. And they had heard the rumors. Stringbean kept thousands of dollars hidden in his house. But when they found nothing, frustration turned to murder. They shot Estelle as she tried to escape, then turned the gun on Stringbean before fleeing into the night, believing they had pulled off the perfect crime. But they left something behind: evidence. The arrest, justice comes calling. Nashville was in shock. A legend had been slain. But justice was on its way. Investigators discovered Estelle's purse discarded in a creek, leading them to John Brown. Pressured by police, he quickly confessed. Doug Brown tried to run, but was captured weeks later. Fingerprint evidence and witness testimonies sealed their fate. Both men were sentenced to life in prison. However, in a shocking turn of events, Doug Brown was paroled in 2014, sparking outrage in the country music community. For many, the case still didn't feel fully closed. The trial, a public spectacle. The courtroom was packed. Country music stars, grieving fans, and reporters filled every seat as the trial of John and Doug Brown began. Prosecutors painted them as cold-blooded killers who had planned the robbery in advance. The defense argued they never intended to kill, but panicked when the robbery went wrong. The jury deliberated for only a few hours before delivering the verdict: guilty. Life in prison. For many, the trial provided closure. But for others, one question remained: was there another person involved who had set him up? The missing fortune, an unanswered mystery. The Browns searched for money, but found nothing. Then, decades later, $20,000 was discovered inside Stringbean's chimney. Had the killers really missed the very fortune they killed for? And the biggest mystery of all, had someone tipped him off with bad information? Law enforcement officially considers the case closed. But lingering speculation remains among those who believe there may have been more to the story. The legacy of Stringbean, keeping the music alive though his life was cut short. Stringbean's influence on country and bluegrass music never faded. His banjo style continues to inspire musicians today. His humor and storytelling remain a key part of Grand Ole Opry tradition. In 2009, he was inducted into the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame, solidifying his legacy. Friends and fellow musicians often say that if you listen closely, you can still hear his banjo ringing through the Grand Ole Opry. A legend remembered, the Grand Ole Opry's tribute in the years following Stringbean's murder, the Grand Ole Opry never forgot one of its most beloved performers. Annual tributes were held to honor his contributions to country music. Modern bluegrass artists continue to perform his songs, keeping his spirit alive. His signature Gibson RB 250 banjo was preserved as a symbol of his enduring influence. Though his story ended in tragedy, Stringbean's music, humor, and legacy continue to echo through the heart of country music, ensuring he will never be forgotten. Stringbean's mountain wisdom. Stringbean was known for his dry wit and insightful observations, often delivered with a humorous twist. One such example comes from a story involving Grandpa Jones's son, Mark, who was also a banjo player. Mark, as a teenager, was practicing a complex banjo piece called Mountain Whippoorwill. Hoping to impress his father's friend, he played it for Stringbean, his fingers flying up and down the fretboard. When he finished, he eagerly asked Stringbean for his opinion. Stringbean, in his typical deadpan style, replied, "Little man, you done well, but there ain't no money past the 5th fret." In this seemingly simple statement, Stringbean conveyed a wealth of wisdom. He acknowledged Mark's technical skill, but also reminded him that the heart of music lies in its emotional connection to the audience, not in flashy displays of virtuosity. This story reveals Stringbean's deep understanding of music and his ability to connect with people on a genuine level. It also highlights his role as a mentor and guide for younger musicians, passing on the traditions and values of country music. A mystery that won't fade, a legend lost, a crime that shook the world, and a mystery still waiting to be fully solved. What do you think? Was this just a robbery gone wrong, or something more sinister? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. And if you love exploring the darkest corners of history, subscribe to Mysteries Decoded by AI for more true crime, unsolved mysteries, and eerie secrets from the past. Until next time, keep decoding the truth.